Makes a hell of a mess, though. You got that much weight with a truck. Usually the deer kind of explode. It isn't like a car where they kind of go over the top. They really don't go over the top. You know, deer walks out in front of you, and it pretty much pops like a big red ketchup packet. Yeah, I know, it's kind of gross, but that's what happens. And usually takes out the truck. I mean, it'll mess up the hoods are all fiberglass on these things, and it'll take out the fiberglass hood, but generally it's not going to do any significant damage to the truck itself. There's a guy on a little scooter here. See a lot of these, scooters in these small towns. It's kind of the perfect transportation. You know, speed limit's low, just for running back and forth to the house, to the convenience store. And in some states, and I don't know about Indiana, if it's a 50cc or less, there's no license and no registration and no insurance required, which is kind of scary. So small scooters like that are real popular with people that have DUIs or that can't keep their license for some reason or another, because it doesn't require a license to ride one. Now, Ohio, that's not true, and I don't really know for sure about Indiana, but I know that is true in some states. And so you end up with a bunch of DUI people riding around on small scooters. Yeah, just what we need. But that's 50cc or less. Anything bigger than that, you got to have a license, as far as I know, in every state. And a 50cc scooter is a top speed like 30 miles an hour, maybe 40. I'm kind of into scooters. My girlfriend has been looking at a scooter, so we've been doing some research, and pretty much anything with two wheels is interesting to me. Anything with wheels at all, really. This truck's got this engine, the Cummins ISX, has got a variable vane turbo. As a result, the boost comes up pretty quick. It'll push full boost, anything over about 1100 RPM, and the boost will come all the way up. A group of motorcyclists here. Peak boost is between 30 and 40 pounds of pressure. It usually comes right up to about 30 to 35 psi is where it runs. But being variable vane, it depends on load and RPM, and there's a lot of variables, and I'm sure in air temperature and all kinds of things that I'm not aware of. But the boost does come up pretty quick, and this truck pulls pretty good. I mean, it's Cummins has got a good amount of torque, and it's a pretty high-tech motor. It's a dual overhead cam model. It's at 15 liters. It's an inline 6-cylinder. Most big trucks are. At some point, I'm going to do some videos showing how to hook and unhook to a trailer. I want to do some videos how to back a trailer into a spot. I also want to do a pre-trip inspection and a few other things that you guys might find kind of interesting. And if there's anything about truck driving that you'd like to know or like me to show you, please leave a comment. I'd be happy to share any information I have, or if I don't know it, I'll do my best to find out. Ugh. And I need to smooth that bridge out. tried to do a how to couple and uncouple a trailer today. This trailer that I've got on me right now, I was going to show you how to couple to a trailer, and I backed up to the thing, and some asswipe had left the dollies really high. I mean, it was sitting like 4 or 5 inches above my fifth wheel, and the place where I picked these up at, it's all concrete. There's no gravel parking lots or anything like that where the elevation can be, different in one place or another. It's all flat. So the only way for something like that to happen is for some asswipe driving a yard truck, probably. What he does is he lifts the trailer up, because that's how they move them. They hook and then they lift them up and then drive away. They don't have to get out and lift up the landing dollies. So what he did was he lifted the truck up, the trailer up, and then went out and lowered the dollies down. So then when he pulled away, the trailer was sticking way up in the air. And when I went to go hook to it, I had to get out there and manually wind down those dollies to get the damn thing to line up to my truck. And I'm sure somebody thought it was funny. I didn't. It cost me 15 minutes of time. Because you can't, when there's weight in a trailer, usually you cannot. There's 2 speeds on the wind-up mechanism. There's a high speed and a low speed, and usually if there's any kind of weight in the trailer, the high speed is too much physical effort required. You can't get it to move. So I had to sit there and wind the thing down, spinning the handle like crazy for like 15 minutes to get the thing to move.